All right. I'm going to read you guys We Are Not These Bodies from this book, Beyond Birth and Death, from the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. But they said something very profound that I wanted to share with you all. The very first step in self-realization is realizing one's identity as separate from the body. I am not this body, but am spirit and soul. Is an essential realization for anyone who wants to transcend death and enter into the spiritual world beyond. It is not simply the matter of saying, I am not this body, but of actually realizing it. This is not as simple as it may seem at first. Although we are not these bodies, but are pure consciousness, somehow or other, we have become encased within the bodily dress. And I love it. If we actually want the happiness and independence that transcends death, we have to establish ourselves and remain in our constitutional position as pure consciousness. When we live in the bodily conception, our idea of happiness is like that of a man in delirium. Some philosophers claim that the delirious condition of bodily identification should be cured by abstaining from all action. Very important. Because material activities have been a source of distress for us, they claim that we should actually stop all activity. Their perfection is a kind of Buddhistic nirvana. That's interesting. I even want to pause there. So he's saying that some philosophers claim that the delirious bodily condition, or the delirious condition of bodily identification, should be cured by abstaining from all action. I'm going to pause. And that's so well said. And I want to elaborate, because that can go over the head really easily. Abstaining from all action, from all things that send your body pleasure, that you experience as a sense, whether it's any of your senses. Let's just say that. Whether it's something that you really like to hear, something that you really like to taste and eat, something that you really like to see, something that you really like to feel, something that you really like to smell. Abstain from all of it, because it is through the body that you are liking and enjoying those things. So you see, this is why people become when they want to create the biggest self-realizations within themselves, they isolate. And they put themselves, like monks, in a temple or in a place that they consider to be sacred and safe and high vibrational, or at least there's nothing. And they fast from doing things, right? They stop eating for a certain period of days. They don't even touch other people for a certain period of days. They're meditating a lot every day consistently because they're abstaining from action. Why do I need to go and do this if this is my intention? So you stop, you're not the body, so you don't need to go clean that house. You don't need to go do all that. Why? Because it's sending validation to this physical experience when you're here to realize that you are beyond and you are not the body, right? So you can see why they say there is no stop, abstain from all of it. And when you identify, that's another thing, when you identify as the body, your reality becomes very easy to shake up. Now if I say something like, oh, you're not gonna eat today. You're gonna go bananas. You're gonna be like, whoa, I'm not gonna eat. Now, like, you identify as the body as if like you could ever eat. You literally created the body just so you can experience something of eating. But before that, you was not eating. But anyways, yeah. So, that's just where we're at when we identify. So it's your world is easily shooken. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I take something from you, you will then fight to have it, and that's not right. That's not wrong. It's not right or anything. It's just how easy is it to, how do I say, trigger your identity, your sense of self, your sense of what it is that you have based off of what happens in the physical world. So you will be bound to this physical world if you identify too much as this physical world. And when this physical world ends or transitions, you're going to feel like you're ending and there is no transition. So when you get yourself out of that mindset, you realize and remember, not just knowing, but realizing when you're like, oh, I get it. I'm not this body. Like when you're like that, you're like, I'm not this body. There's no freaking way. When you but beyond that, having an experience within yourself to allow you to realize this. So when you realize that, it's never the same again. So let's continue for a little bit because it's quite a profound book. Okay. It says their perfection is a kind of Buddhist nirvana in which no activities are performed. Buddha maintained that the body has come into existence due to the combination of material elements, and that if these material elements are somehow or other separated or dismantled, the cause of suffering would be removed. So I'm gonna repeat that because I was trying to this book is weird at the end. It's like the pages are all up in between the cracks. The words are all up in between the cracks of the pages. But I'm gonna read that again because we're not gonna overlook that. It says, their perfection is a kind of Buddhistic nirvana in which no activities are performed. Buddha maintained that the body has come into existence due to the combination of material elements, and that if these material elements are somehow or other separated or dismantled, the cause of suffering would be removed. If the tax collector gives us too much difficulty because we happen to pose or possess a large house, one simple solution is to destroy the house. But the Bhagavad Gita indicates that the material body is not all in all. Beyond this combination of material elements, there is spirit, and the symptom of that spirit is consciousness. Consciousness cannot be denied. A body without consciousness is a dead body. As soon as consciousness is removed from the body, the mouth will not speak, the eyes will not see, the ears will not hear. That a child can understand that. It is a fact that consciousness is absolutely necessary for the animation of the body. What is this consciousness? Just as heat and light are symptoms of fire, so consciousness is the symptom of the soul. The energy of the soul or self is produced in the shape of consciousness. Indeed, consciousness proves that the soul is present. This is the conclusion not only of the Bhagavad Gita, but of all Vedic literature. Both the impersonalistic followers of Sakarankarya, the Vaisnavas, following. Okay, I'm gonna just pause there. So as you can see, what he's saying is that consciousness cannot be denied. The fact that you exist outside of the body cannot be denied, because when you go to sleep at night and you go to what they call the dream world, you know more than anyone that you have experienced something outside of the physical body. You know more than anyone. And in that place, you can almost say that you had a physical body. If you've given yourself a body, whether it was this body that you had back on this place called Earth, or whether it was another body that you probably was shape-shifting into. Who knows? You know, people, these dreams would be interesting. But the point is that you are what you see, and you are not what you see. And I say that you are what you see because in the dream, when you see those people, when you see people and things in your dreams, that's you. You created that. That came from your consciousness. And you're not on Earth here, and that thing and that vision and that memory is there. And what light up that memory? Light. When you're in your dream, light created matter. You saw something. It was something that did not happen in this realm. So that means that there was some type of matter that understood how to shape itself. And you had the person you had just like in real life, right? So what's the difference? It's your state of mind. What's the difference between a dream and reality? Is the way you're perceiving each one and the level of attention you're giving to each one. So you're beyond this body. You're somewhere looking into fucking different what do you call them, lenses and different like oculars. Like, oh shit, oh, this is what it's like to experience over here when you're in the dream. You come out of the dream and you're like, oh snap, I'm about to go back to Earth. And you in this body and you're waking up and like, oh snap, I'm over here, I'm about to stretch and I'm about to start my day over here like Minecraft. And then at nighttime you pull out and you're like, oh snap, I'm over here. And then you checking out to that one. And when you come back to this body, you're like, yo, I had so many dreams. That shit was crazy. I had so many experiences that felt so real. And it's like, well, what's real? Where you at right now over there? But anyways, consciousness cannot be denied. As much as you can see, I have fun playing with this to show forth and prove through us critically thinking that you are beyond the body. So you are beyond death. The question just becomes, what is beyond birth and death? And that's what we're going to figure out in this book. So, peace and love to you. I just wanted to share that. New.L flowing out again, tapping into my purpose. Peace.